I'm gonna say good morning. Wow, kind of midday where I am, but I work second shift, so yeah, I get up later in the day. I got up, had my morning coffee, skinny brew. Tastes really good, blends really good. And I guess today I just want to kind of do my first tutorial on just how I do my face in the morning. If I'm going to work or going wherever, this is what I do. The newest thing that I'll be doing today for myself personally is going to be using the Tory Bell Brown eyebrow stuff. It's like, I forget what it's called. It's what eyebrow liner pigment, I guess, because you can use it as like a liner under your eyes, or you can use it for your brows. And it actually, first time opening for me, but it comes with these little brow shapers, and they are named Angel, Pixie, and Fairy. If you can see that, I don't know. They're cute little names. I'm not sure, like I don't know. I'm so petite. I'm overweight, but I'm petite. So I have like a small face, and you see that? Look at that stencil. It's like gonna come way down. It's gonna look really weird on me. So me personally, I can't use these stencils because it's not gonna taper right. They're just way too, like, if you can see, my natural eyebrow is like here to here, and it still goes down to like here. So like another 1/4 inch. And I'm just not very good at brows in the first place. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the tint with this little eyebrow brush that it comes with. I don't know. I kind of have the honey colored medium hair. It gets honey colored in the summer when I'm out a lot. If I'm out a lot, I do highlights as well. And I always do like a caramel-y, well, it's more like a honey color because that's my natural. So I do like a golden honey color, and then I do a, and then I do like a blonde, and I usually do highlights, lowlights at the same time. In fact, I have an appointment. You can see my growth here, it's like an inch. I have an appointment on Friday to get it done again, usually about, if I want to stay blonde, every like 6 to 8 weeks. If I want to let my honey color, which you can kind of see here, grow in, then I don't do that. So here's going to be kind of the deal. I don't have a huge mirror. So for me to actually be able to see my face, I cannot use the phone camera. There's just no way. So what I'm going to do is the smaller stuff, when I get to my eyes and stuff, I'm going to hold a mirror up and look down. Just for right now, that's how I have to do it until I get like a vanity mirror or something to kind of add to my doing these videos. And I just want to tell every lady out there, do you. If you're passionate and you love gardening, do gardening. If you love having animals, rescue animals. If you love doing makeup, do it. You don't have to look perfect. You don't have to be perfect to enjoy things like that. If you enjoy baking, by all means, bake. What I'm passionate about is music. I've played the piano since I was 5. Played the trumpet since I was 10, and I'm in my 30s. So, I'm on the low side of 30s, but I'm there. I'm over that hump. So it's been a long time, and I don't play like I used to. It's more for just kind of therapy for me because it's always been an outlet. Music has. So enough about me. Let's get started with my morning look. So I don't use a primer or anything. I have combination skin. When my skin gets really sweaty, my pores get clogged. My pores get clogged. Too much coffee? Not enough. Who knows? So this summer has actually been the first time I've gotten some I don't know, just more acne than I usually do. But I also live in the South, and this is probably the summer that I have been outside in the heat the most on a daily basis. I used to play volleyball in the summers, but that'd be one night a week, and I was out for a few hours. Now I would like try to spend like 30 minutes to an hour combination, sometimes the whole time, like outside each day. I wear a hat, but I mean, I'm sweating, like, it's 90 to 100 degrees plus humidity. I don't even want to look at how much humidity is down here. I think it's like 100% every day. So I do that, and so I've had a little bit of acne, so I started using some more acne preventing and anti-aging combination on my skin, and it's doing better. This side's really good. I got a couple latent ones on my nose, whatever. So that being said, and I have combination skin. So like up here, I will get so dry. I don't know if I sweat more there so the pores dry out or whatever, but my T-zone, oily as hell. And even like right in here sometimes I'll get a bit oily. Just, I don't know, maybe I'm touching my face. I don't really know. So I use, and I have fallen in love with, now, when I say that I have had a passion for makeup since my early 20s and teens, that's no joke. I used to be married, and my husband, God bless his heart, I would go to Ulta when he was working. And there was, I don't know, we'd been married several years, and we'd been in the South, and I discovered Ulta. And it probably been about 2 years since we moved down. And one day he went with me to Ulta. He doesn't normally, it's not really his jam, or wasn't really his jam, And what guy's jam is makeup, but unless they're into that, but that's pretty rare. Typical males, I may get in trouble for saying that, so please don't shoot me. But typical males, they're, a little bit more in general, just rough, if it's video games and strategy or survivalism or whatever, they're into more, whitewater rafting and stuff like that, just more physical stuff, I guess, than prettying their face. They, since it doesn't affect them and they don't care about their face, they don't use makeup. So this is what I use. It's the Tarte Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Foundation in Broad Spectrum. My color is fair light neutral because I have a lot of pink undertones, but as you can see under my eyes, it's still orange. So, or the, the golden, whatever hues, and up and around here, when I get a lot of sun, I get more golden. So this way I can use it as long as I wear a hat when I go out in SPF. I won't get too dark of a tan, because here in the South, it's really, say I grew up in Wisconsin, northern Wisconsin. And so my skin is very, as you can see, fair, very fair. My skin is, not used to the UV strength rays that are down here in the South. Now, that being said, I'm very conscious of being gentle with my skin. And everything that I'm showing you today, yes, it's expensive. I use, what they consider prestige makeup. But I will tell you this, ladies, I don't wear it every single day. Sometimes I'll go barefaced, just put a moisturizer on and, not even a BB cream. But today my skin's a little inflamed. I got a little bit of acne going on, whether it's hormones or, extra sun and sweat or whatever. My skin has moods. I mean, whose skin doesn't, We'd all be lying if we said we looked picture perfect every single day with nothing on our face. So let's not go there and try to make ourselves feel like we have to look like that without makeup. I believe in honesty is the best policy, and so I keep it straight with myself. I'm like, and I keep it straight with my followers and everybody. I have very soft, supple skin because I've taken care of it. My grandmother and my mother, they instilled in me, every single night and every single morning, you do a cleansing ritual, or what they call ablutions. And I know it's kind of an old word. The first time I used it with my current boyfriend, he's like, "What?" And he was like, a what? A hoodoo? A blue? What? You're not absolving me. He was like, he was confused. And I said, just look it up, babe. And he's like, you know, so of course he looks it up and goes, oh. So then there's always that joke of, oh, you know, and he'll be in bed for like 20 minutes or whatever, you know, because I'll go to the bathroom, wash my hands, do my teeth, my ablutions, you know, pamper my skin, you know. Once in a while, I need a little 10-minute mask, you know, for clarification or whatever before I go to bed. And my thing is, you know, a lot of people do like a really strong morning ritual. I don't know, this is probably about a decade ago now, but I did research just on skincare, you know, and I just was, by the time I hit 25, I was kind of like, you know, I know that you can age gracefully. I've seen ladies do it. You know, we're all going to age, but we don't have to like kill our skin. We don't have to poison our skin. So I started using a lot of natural skincare. Now, when I say I have tried all of the foundation lines to find just the one for my skin, I'm not kidding. And I'm talking prestige brands. I'm talking Too Faced, Stila, Anastasia, MAC, It Cosmetics. I don't own the rights to any of those, so don't copyright me on any of that. But, you know, I've tried all of those prestige brands that I can think of. I even tried the Naked Foundation by Tarte, or no, Urban Decay. And I've tried the base tape. I've tried the new, I've tried 2 different Too Faced ones in Shell. And I always get the color right, but let me tell you, I work long hours at my job. I'm a network repair engineer, and when I get ready for the day, it's got to be 12 to 14 hours. So a lot of times what I would find myself doing, I'm just putting a little more here, just a little tiny bit more. Sometimes, and most of the time, I can just do this, this full coverage Amazonian clay, and it's perfect. And I'm not using much. I probably just use like 3 dimes worth. Not even like peas, 3 peas. Each time that I put a little on my brush that you guys just saw me do, it was not much at all. I'm not gonna squirt any more out because it's clay based, so it does not go back in friendly. See, as you can see there. So I kind of have to scoop it off the tip. I mean, but because of that, it stays. When they say full coverage and they say, I believe it's, well, this isn't their 12-hour wear one, but I'm telling you, oh yeah, it does. It says on the back, 12-hour makeup, oil-free. See? If you can see that there. So it does say it. That's one of their big selling points. And let me tell you, I was broken. I was just tired. I'd even try, Bare Minerals, you know, I'd done that, but it was drying my skin out. I even tried the powder foundation and liquid foundation from Mary Kay. Like, and I had friends that they looked amazing in it and it looked great with them, and they had combination skin. So what I'm saying today is just do what works for you. But I would recommend this for anyone looking to really kind of get a matte, as you can see, look at my skin, get a matte full coverage. Other than like the redness around my eyes there, because I have allergies all year round and I have dogs, and I take Zyrtec every day, but they're always slightly puffy, so I use a depuffing gel. So you can see today they're not, when I hit them, they're not bouncing back, so they're not puffy, but that puffiness when it comes and goes does leave slight discoloration sometimes. If I turn up, you don't really see it. If I go like that, my eyelashes kind of, there's a shadow there. Now I'm going to tell you today, I am putting on Tory Bell eyelashes, falsies, but I can make them look just the same. My eyelashes are insanely long. If I put primer and volumizing mascara on them, I don't need falsies. But I like the ease and the simplicity of putting on the magnetics. And they just look good. Like when I redo my lashes, I always have to carry a crimper and my mascara just kind of touch it up throughout the day. Like I go to the bathroom, like, oh, that one's a little droopy, you know, crimp. You gotta kind of keep that maintenance up. I don't like that. And I've done lash perming because I have longer lashes. But they can never get those baby lashes. They always stick out after like 3 days. So that was, I felt for me and like what I wanted to achieve and how I wanted to feel every day was not, I still had to crimp them. I still had to put on my mascara. And I'm telling you, when you have longer lashes, it can be harder. I would do 3 coats plus a primer. And of course I use the Urban Decay Perversion because it's one of the only ones I've found that will actually like hold its shape throughout the day. That being said, any moisture, any sweat, any kind of, you know, if you're wearing glasses and they're hitting the glasses, that will kind of break the fiber strength of them. So when I would wear my blue light glasses when I'm working, because I'm on the computer to protect my eyes, ladies, struggle is real. My eyelashes were constantly hitting because there's like no space. Here's the bridge of my face, right? And I go like that and I'm touching my eyelashes, like I'm touching my eyelid. So there's no, literally, like, so if I wear my glasses up here where they cover my eyes, maybe on another video I'll show you guys sometime, but on the bridge of my nose, there's no, like I go like that and I'm touching my lids. So I have to like kind of wear my glasses down a little bit, and then my eyelashes are hitting my fingers right now. They're still hitting my fingers. Okay. It stops like right there, barely. Okay, right there. And so, as you can see, my eyelashes come out way far. They're blondish, but that said, I love the falsies because they're quicker, they stay, I don't have to worry about them throughout the day, and literally the Tory Bell lashes are amazing. I do sell them. You know, I'm not gonna, once I tried them, I fell in love, and I thought, why shouldn't we all feel like beauty queens? They're affordable, they work really well, they have 6 magnets on them, they don't damage your eyelashes, because I've done extensions too, which that a lot of times when they put the extensions on and then they take them off, your eyelashes slowly get shorter because, first of all, they're suffocating, they're covered, so they're not getting moisture and nutrients or whatever. A lot of times they can break or even rip out when they go to remove those extensions. They really do damage your eyelashes. You know, and so then it's almost like you have to keep getting them, because if you don't, you have no eyelashes to speak of, especially for someone who isn't as blessed as me with the length. You know, I could lose half and still look like a normal person, still crimp my eyelashes, you know, but a lot of people, they can't afford to lose their lashes like that. So why would we want to damage ourselves for beauty? So that comes back to the foundation I use. So I use Tarte. It's vegan, it's clay-based, it's long wear, does not clog my pores, and I can tell you I've had many battles with lots of foundations clogging my pores, and then I have to like wear it constantly because my pores are constantly stuffed, oily, gross. Okay, I'm telling you, this stuff doesn't do it. Now, for me, for my T-zone, or if I know it's going to be a day where I'm not gonna be sweating as much, I'll use the powder. I have that one as well. The cap looks like this. I just took it off. And this is what it looks like right here. It's a powder. Basically the instructions and the way I've learned to use it is you put the cap on and then I turn it upside down and I tap like 3 times and then flip it back over. And then when you open it, there's a little cloth kind of mesh in there, and then I'll tap it down to get it to, you know, unsettle a little bit. And then I do have the Tarte little kabuki brush that comes with it, because they made the brush microfine, because this is supposed to be applied in like, it's called their, I think it's called their airbrush. It's like their airbrush powder original makeup or whatever it's called. It's called the Full Coverage Airbrush Foundation is what it's called, made with Amazonian clay. So when I want to look airbrush, ladies, I use it. Now, when I want the more full coverage and I know I might be sweating throughout the day, I start with the, what I call paste, because it's not liquid, but they call it their full coverage foundation. They don't even say liquid or anything because it's not. It's really like a soft kind of clay. That's why you don't use much at all. Or you'll look like cake face. You don't want to do that. You just barely use any, but as you can see, it smooths, it covers. So that's what I kind of use as my primer. as my go-to. And I'm finding the more my nose pores get large, especially in the summer when it's hot and they want to expand, or I'm getting these little whatevers, I use my airbrush and I push it, I pat it in. You know how you would with like a beauty blender or whatever to just get it down in those pores? That's what I do. And as you can see, I did one little dab, and it's gonna do my whole nose and both of my upper cheeks and under eyes. Now my under eye I do slide because I don't want to like bruise it. And when I say I'm gentle, I'm saying like super gentle. Like it's hard to explain, but like if I was dabbing this, and you can see how it moves, you know, when you go like that, I'm dabbing so gently. You see that? That's how I do my face. That stuff's barely moving. That's how gentle I'm being on my face. Because we don't want to stretch our skin. We don't want to age needlessly. We don't want to, you know, acerbate our pores if they're inflamed. We just want to get that coverage we're looking for. And I need a little extra today. So there's that. And then I do my lower cheeks. And this is I put a little extra on the brush. So I'm going to get all over my face. As you can see, like, tiny, look at that. But it was like, and when you use this brush, it like micro blends it. So I kind of even it. I pack it where I know I want my pores to look poreless, where I'm having an issue. So here's a little acne today. Some acne on my nose and right there on my oil spots. So I'm not gonna rub because that can shift it around, especially when it's sitting on top of that, the liquid, the clay foundation. Now it's not gonna be bad because I'm super soft, right? So I'm, again, super soft, just very gentle, just kind of blending it in, super soft, super blendy. And as you can see, like, my skin isn't moving much when I do it. Like, if I was pushing how a lot of the, like, I've seen ladies do videos, they're like, okay, we're pulling our skin, we're hurting our skin. You see that? Like, my cheek's barely moving. My cheek's not moving right now because I'm rubbing that soft. So that's just a pointer to anyone who wants it. Don't stretch your skin out needlessly. Don't abuse it. Don't stretch it around. Give it some love. You know, use vegan stuff if you can. If you can get it to work for your skin, which I have with this. It's not a video for Tarte foundation by any means. Again, just showing you how I just kind of try to blend it into my hairline. And that's why it's important to get a match for you. You know, if you have more yellow undertones, you're gonna go with a warm. If you have very kind of pink skin with no yellow anywhere, or you're not tanning and you're wearing makeup every day or whatever, because this is SPF 15, both of them are. Together they will not make 30, it's still only 15. But it's just enough, you know, you're keeping, and obviously clay is not gonna, you know. So I did that all with my phone. So I'm gonna check with a little mirror here and see what else needs to be touched up. Okay, so I didn't really get my under eyes. So you're gonna watch me get my under eyes. And for this, I use my ring finger. I use my dominant hand so I can be very controlled with the pressure, because again, we want to be gentle with our eyes. And a little dab. See, I still have tons on my finger. This stuff goes a long way, no kidding. So, and I like barely touched my finger to this stuff, but I love this. So it's neutralizing that brown I had, little discoloration from some puffiness I had this weekend. No, I was not drinking. I do not drink. Okay, I can't say that. Let's say I drink very seldom. It's usually for a special occasion socially. Like, just for instance, I've had some bourbon in my house for like a year, And I think the 13-ounce container is like a quarter gone. I've had like 4 drinks out of it in like a year. So I do not drink excessively. And I never get drunk. It's just like 1 drink before dinner. Kind of or with dinner kind of thing. Like I said, usually socially once in a while to relax. So, tissue, girl's best friend. So there's that. And I'm going to just touch up my under eye a little. Oh, way too much. So I tap off some of that powder. Excuse me. Opening my little mirror here. And I'm gonna get just a tiny, just to smooth it out just a little. Because you can see the difference. The other side's a little slightly chalky. I put that powder in there and it looks matte, finished, and good to go, okay? Now, I mean, if you got super close to my skin, like kissing close, you could see, you know, like the little raised bumps where I have acne and stuff. But the color coverage and even the texture is amazing, okay? That's what I use, ladies. I don't use a setting powder. I don't need to. I don't need to add extra junk to my skin. Get that tip of my nose, all right? So we've been on here almost 27 minutes and I realize I'm babbling. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to speed up a little bit what I'm doing. So right now I'm using a Kevin Akun blush, and I did not go out and seek this out. I did not buy it. I got it in a FabFitFun box, I believe. It's either that or Pop Sugar, one of them. I used to do both. Now I only do FabFitFun because it's got more like house stuff. You know, you'll get like candles and stuff like that, and I love it. I just do the yearly because you save a lot of money. So like at Christmas, that's my present to myself for the year. Or one of them. Not gonna lie, sometimes, you know, girls gotta spoil herself. So the way that I do my blush is I have high cheekbones. My cheekbones are right here. And that's like a little, not even an inch from my eyelid. So those are very high. I'm not gonna want red up in my eye, right? But I do want to, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna angle down. When you have a round face like I do, angles are everything. So the angle that I'm gonna choose, so this actually, let me show you, it blends. It has like a highlight to a blush. So I usually start with going 1, 2, sweep, 1, 2, 3. And I just get a little, you can see the color blend on there. It's a little peachy, a little shimmery, but I don't want a bright pink right here or way up here. So I bring my brush down, then I angle up. So I just dab it on. You're not gonna notice, I don't look like, see, there you go. There's the product right there. And very gently, ladies, very gently, just kind of press it into your foundation. I'll bring it to my cheek down here and then back up, because that's kind of how I look when I'm flushed anyways. So if you follow the natural contours of your face, see, it keeps that space between my eye. I'm not getting 1, 2, sweep, 1, 2, 3. I don't really I don't love, you know, I'm wearing makeup most of the time to hide kind of the flush on my skin because I have rosy skin. I don't know if it's like a very mild form of rosacea or whatever, but I've had it since I was just very rosy skin. But these are my natural lips too. There's like nothing. I took a shower this morning. I haven't put chapstick on. So as you can see, my natural lips are very tinted. They're very rosy themselves. So, and a lot of people when I was younger, when my skin was really nice and stuff, they would think I had makeup on when I didn't. I need a little more rosy. So we're just gonna add a little bit. There we go. And ladies, I kind of do a figure 8 like that. Because then what you're doing is you're bringing this around the crown or whatever. So I go like that, and then I swoop, and then like that. Because the way that brush ends, I'm not going up into my eye. So it's just very, it's right there on that cheekbone, but it's not because obviously we don't want that, right? We want to blend. We want to look natural. Most women, most of us beautiful women, we use makeup just for confidence. so that we can rock the day, so that we can feel like champions and warriors and just feel better about ourselves, right? So that said, we want to keep it natural. We want to keep it, but we want to keep it luscious. We want to look put together. We want to look professional, most of us, right? Some people do crazy colors for fun. I've done it, you know, and it's fun to wear bright blue or bright pink on your eyes, and I have those palettes in my closet, you know, but my everyday look is what we're doing today. And when it's professional, and I want it to look natural. I don't want to walk in the office looking like a clown. I don't know a lot of old TV shows, but there's a picture I've seen on the internet of this like lady. She has huge hair, bright blue and like bright pink with a mole, you know, like we don't want to be her. We just want to look natural and put together and professional. So for my professional eye look, I go towards caramel gold and kind of a medium brown. That's for me, and this is a tip I got a long time ago, actually from my aunt. It was my aunt. And she's a cosmetologist, and then, you know, like other people I've heard throughout the year say it. What I do is I try to match my darkest tone with like my eyebrows and hair. Because if you go like black, you're gonna wash yourself out and it's never gonna look natural. So for a natural look, and I have green eyes, I have green moss eyes, and they kind of go bluish gray, depending on the lighting. And so I guess my mood sometimes too, and what I wear. Like, you know, if I wear green, they're gonna pop. I wear purple, the green's gonna pop. I wear blue, the blue's gonna pop. You know, I wear like darker blues and grays, my eyes are gonna look gray. They just kind of have that multifaceted. I've always said they were hazel when I was younger, and then I got older and they're like, people are like, no, you have green eyes. But they are like a green hazel. So that said, ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching, gentlemen, I'm going to start. I like Tarte, I like It Cosmetics, and I like Urban Decay eyeshadows. They have great pigmentation, barely any fallout, and as long as I use as a default the best primer for eyes I've ever found for the cost and the amount of time it lasts. This I've had for a year and it's still 2/3 full. Okay, it's I think it's $24 at Ulta. But I'm telling you, this, and I get the anti-aging one. There's a regular, I have the Sin one too, which is like I have the Sin eyeshadow to show you. It's a very, very soft, kind of halo color. Very, it's kind of, I call it ethereal. See? It's almost like a soft pearl. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a soft pearl. And a lot of times when I do like a honey gold eyeshadow to make my green eyes pop, I'll put that up kind of towards my brow arch, just to kind of make my brows pop a little. And then it'll also accent the darkness of my eyes, and it just completes the look. But they also have a primer, Urban Decay does, that's called Sin. And so it'll be a primer and that, like, because a lot of people use Sin as a base. And I don't know why it's called Sin, because it's more angelic than anything. But, so, okay, ladies, this is it. I use anti-aging because I'm in my 30s. So I kind of have this thing now. Ever since I was 25, I've kind of had this thing about just taking care of my skin. So if this has anti-aging properties and collagen in it, make my eyelids look smoother and better, why not, right? Okay, so this is the size of the lid, and that's how much I took. You do not need much at all. That's why this thing lasts. It's probably gonna last me another 2 years. For 24 bucks, you can't go wrong. It's prestige, but it works. And right now I use it, even in quarantine. I do myself up a couple days a week. Not just for videos, as you know, this is my first one ever, but and you literally just smooth it in. You don't want to go way out, you know, get into your foundation. Always get that corner. And again, I'm real gentle. You can see my eyelids barely moving, and I go all the way up under my eyebrow where I'm going to be putting my eyeshadow. Okay, again, very small amount. Okay, and then you can dab it into my lid, so I'm not pulling my lid around. And then after it's pretty all around, then I'm very gently, as you can see. I mean, if I was rubbing, it'd be like this. You'd see my eye going all over. But I'm just barely moving my eyelashes, girls. Love your skin. Don't hate it. That's the biggest. If you ever get a beauty tip from me, it's love yourself. Love the skin you're in. Learn to love it because it's not going to change. Be strong in it and do what you got to love yourself, okay? So, and the way I love my eyeshadow and take care of my skin is that primer, okay? Now today I have a Tartelette Tease palette. It's a tiny little, I think it was like $15 at Christmas or something. And it comes with these colors. I do not know the names of them. Okay, so the top is gonna be Whisper, I can't read them. Whisper, Crush, and Heartbreaker. Not that it really matters. Whisper, Crush, Heartbreaker. And the bottom ones are Wink, First Kiss, and BFF. They just love to give them fun names. So you have a very, very light matte. You have kind of a taupe matte. Then you have like a dark burnished gold. You have a dark, this is gonna be kind of like a cocoa color. This is a cocoa colored brown, very pigmented. As you can see, I don't use much at all. These tarts on them, I probably use it a dozen times and those don't come off because I'll take I use very wide bristled brushes because they dispense the product better. Let me get a little powder off there. So, I mean, when I do use them, I just tap, rub, tap, rub. You don't need that much. And again, maybe that's why I don't have fallout with these or any of them really. But anyways, and then this one is very soft. It's like a brown gold. It's like a brown metallic gold. And then this one is a very dark, this is like dark chocolate cocoa. Okay. Hopefully you can see that. I have my lamp on bright. So that's those colors. This is what I'm going to use today. I also have my go-to look, which is going to look very similar, but just with Urban Decay. It's where I use Sin. So that's a little light. And then I use Sin and Half Baked, usually. And then once in a while, I'll do my top brow with Sellout, which is even lighter than Sin. It's just like a clear pearl almost. I don't know why I use it. It just kind of makes me feel good to have 3 tones, I guess. But for today, I'm going to use the Tartelette Tease. And I'm going to start with what makeup artists call your all-over brush. I have 3 different ones, okay? Do not think that only one brush will work for one thing. It depends how dense you want your eyeshadow and stuff to be, okay? Give me 1 second. Okay, so I just needed to check the time because I have to work in a couple hours. And I know I'm taking longer than I should. But that's because it's my first video and I just want people to kind of get a feel for me and also explain the makeup a little bit. So obviously it does not take me 40 minutes to do my makeup. It takes me like 10, 15 maybe. But I'm talking through the products, I'm explaining stuff to you, I'm explaining why I'm using the brushes I'm using, and the look I want to get, just to help you out. If you've made it this far in the video, I hope the tips help you, okay? So this one is actually an old, one of their teddy bear brushes from Too Faced. I don't even know if they make them anymore. But this is just like they're all over. It's pretty dense. It's all, you know, it's made with fake hair and everything, so it's animal certified and all that. I'm real big into, you know, not abusing the animals and taking care of our earth and all that. I'm not, you know, I don't live 100% vegan life. It's very hard to do and very expensive. And it's a huge transition, but I'm making the transition and it's probably taking me a few years. But even back then when I bought these, like 5 years ago, I was into no cruelty to animals. I've always been that way. I love animals. So this is a good dense brush, okay? Then, I'm not even sure who makes this brush. It's a Luxie brush. and it's called Topical Blending. It's their 2.0, gosh, can't read it. It's metallic, so it's like, I think it's their 208 brush, okay? Now this one, compared to the teddy bear one, see how it's more dispersed, the bristles are, okay? So that's gonna cause more fallout, a broader application. So when I see how big that is to my eyelid, and this is where you can look for yourself. You can, you know, hold brushes up and see, okay, so I know if I close my lid and go like this, it's just gonna go across my bottom crease. So that's great for doing a dark, you know, a dark lash line, okay? This one is gonna be like this much of my eye, like my bottom and my upper, or mid, my bottom and mid lash lid, because right here is my crease, right? But you see there's another crease right here in my eye. So I call that my lower, mid, and then upper is under my eyebrows, which I have a lot of space on my upper. So a lot of times I'll kind of blend my mid up like that, okay? Now, I have a third brush. It's kind of in between the two, but it also has a very, very small end, as you can see there, wherever the camera is, okay. So you can see right there how dense that is. That one I use for here, for packing. I'll tap and kind of go like that. And then see how small it is? So a lot of times I'll angle my corners with my, if I'm doing a texture or a color, I'll use, and I'll just go like that, okay? So I'm gonna use all three today, and probably this brush as well. This is another one by Too Faced, comes in their teddy bear brushes set, and it's, as you can see, it's an angle. So a lot of times, most of the time, I'll use that to do my lash brow like that. And a lot of times I'll take my sparkle and I'll pull it like this because I want to highlight my eyes, right? So now enough about the technique. I'm just going to show you guys how I do it, okay? So starting with my teddy bear brush, and I want that dark, it's slightly, in the right light, it can have a little bit of a purple undertone, okay? Sorry, I'm bad at this. Used to looking at it myself. I just tap, a little swipe, and as you can see, when I swiped, look at how that powder that came off there. You don't need to touch it hard at all. And then I just tap up that product, okay? And now I'm going to go in. For dark colors, I always start outer first and I tap it on, because see how pigmented that is, okay? So because of that pigment, I don't want it to be super dark here in the by my eye, right? See how it's lightened up as I went? So that's another tip I follow. See, it's a little bit darker here and out here. And then it's slightly, not much, but just slightly less toned once I get to the inside. And then once I dab it on, I just kind of blend it a little bit. So this is my lower lash lid, and it's bleeding up into my mid just a little, but that's gonna be okay, because we're gonna blend that out with a soft color later, okay? So again, now I'm gonna do the same thing, scrape it a little. Sorry, I'm really bad at this. Scrape it a little, and then there's powdery products, and I'm gonna dab it up. You definitely don't, when you get good, I'll just say, when you get a prestige brand, you do not have to scrape the pan like you do when you get Walmart makeup, okay? Or whatever, what they call pharmacy makeup, okay? You do not. So there's that. And pretty much, as you can see, I usually go out, I'm usually like this, I'm a lot faster. Dragging it out, talking to you, my beautiful viewers. Okay, so I have a tissue on hand if I want to wipe it and maybe use this brush for another color. I even used water on hand, and I'll just kind of do my own cleaning. But today we're not getting that fancy. I've got 5 brushes in front of me, so I'm going to use a different brush. So for blending out my mid, I'm actually going to use one I didn't show you, because it's going to look better. It's this. It's a 2-ended brush by, I believe it's, I think this is It Cosmetics, but I don't know which one it is. I've had it for so long, girls. It's got a tapered, and it's got this. And I don't know why, but this one is a good size of my See if I go like that, and it's dense enough that it'll get good product. So enough said. I'm dabbing my, this one is called First Kiss off the Tartelette Tees palette. Sorry. And I just did my 2 little swipes. Okay, now for lighter colors, I'm gonna start more towards the inner. And you see how I want that lighter color right in the corner there? And then I'm gonna pull it out, and I start on my mid, and I work down just a little over that dark brown to give it that metallic look from First Kiss. As you can see, I clearly have 2 tones, okay? But you use your brush strokes and your coloring to pull it out. And you know that your first application of your brush will be your most pigmented, okay? That's why I started there for dark and here for light. I'm doing the same on this side. So there's my first couple dabs, and they're gonna be, look at that, you can see them. They're the most pigmented, okay? And then what I do is I just smooth and pull. I'm gonna pull it up into my mid and slight my upper. Because when you're blending, you don't wanna just have harsh lines, ever. I've seen girls, and bless their heart, love them to death. For some reason, they think harsh lines are cool. Maybe if you're trying to look like a clown, okay? But we're not. And especially not today. I'm trying to do a professional, what I would wear if I was going to the office look, okay? And it's gonna look a little smoky and a little whatever, but it's still gonna look very professional. This would be, I work with almost all guys, and they'll tell you that when I do come in and I have them my makeup, I look put together. Okay, I don't look slutty. I don't look anything like that, okay? So even though there's a little metallic and there's a little smoke and a little brown, see that? Okay, but now we're gonna use that arched brush I told you about, and I'm gonna go in, and I'm actually gonna use Sin. I'm not gonna use a third color in there. I'm gonna use my Urban Decay Sin because it's so pearly soft and beautiful, ladies. It's right here, and it's amazing, okay? So I'm gonna take a little bit of, again, good product. So there's like some on the edges already. Just from me opening it, it crumbles real easy. So 1, 2, see, you don't need much, okay? I'm very delicate with it, and I've probably had that 4 months, and there's hardly a dent in it, okay? So even though, again, prestige brands, you're paying $20 for an eyeshadow, but it's gonna last me a few years. So to me, that's worth a personal investment, because it's one, a color I know I'm gonna use constantly, okay? And yes, do not judge my eyebrows. I did not pluck them today. I probably should have before this video, but you know what? We'll just include eyebrows in the whole thing. I was gonna show you guys anyways, so how I kind of tint my eyebrows. So we'll just do that. So I'm getting a little more Sin for the other eye. Okay, and you can see how that pearl just, it's so subtle and soft. There's no harsh line then between your mid and your upper. You see that? And it just blends it out. And with anything brown and rose gold colors, this Sin does a great, I mean, amazing. I stock up on it. I usually get 2 at a time. Even though, because I had 1 break once, and then usually I'll end up having an extra, and I don't need it, so I give it to my sister, and she's spoiled. Because I'm like 8 years older than her, so I've been able to afford prestige longer than her, and, stuff like that. So, but I'll spoil her, for Christmas or her birthday. And she's lucky because her birthday's in July, so she gets stuff halfway through the year, and then at Christmas she gets the other stuff. All right, so I was missing a little sparkle. Looked a little intense on this eye. Let me check the lighting on this side. Okay, so we're fairly close, ladies, okay? But still, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're not perfect, it doesn't have to be perfect. No one's gonna notice once I put on these amazing Tory Bell lashes anyways. They're just gonna go, oh, it looks smoky and amazing. So don't stress over perfection. Just do you. My eyes are a little bit slightly shaped different. On my left one, it comes out a little more than my right. And now that I'm pointing it out, you probably notice. But, do you. Do your face. So I have my face on. I have this. I have that. Okay, ladies. what is next? What do we do? Okay. So while I do my eyes, I'm going to soften my lips up a little. It's my favorite night balm from Bath and Body Works. I think it's like $7.99 or $8.99. I usually get it on semi-annual, so you buy one, get one, or buy one, get one half off, and so they end up being like $4 a piece. Now, I always look for deals, okay? And even when I shop Prestige, the reason I shop at like Sephora and Ulta is because I can get reward points. And I'll look for sales. Like Ulta has, I think once, maybe even twice a year now. And I'm just gonna put a little of that balm on, okay? I'm just gonna soften my lips up. Because like I said, I showered, took care of my dogs and cleaned the kitchen, and I did not do anything with my lips. So it was just a little, I wanted to soften it up, okay? So here we go. We're gonna do our brows, all right? I did not tweeze them. To be honest, no one really looks at that. I just kind of comb them up. I don't trim them or anything because they're so, just to me, soft colored and small anyways. You can see at the corner they don't even really have much. So I was going to try the Tory Bell, but it's very pigmented, so I'm going to try that before I do a video of it. Today I'm just going to use what I used before that, and it's the brow gel, tinted brow gel with microfibers by, looks like Tanya Crooks. I got it in a I think an Ipsy bag. I don't do that anymore because they've kind of went on repeat, and I'm getting stuff I got a year or two ago that I still haven't used, or whatever, whatever, 6 months ago, or so. I do that. I move it around just a little, not hard. Everything I do with makeup is gentle, because you want to look natural. You don't want to look like you went and caked it on. So as you can see, I'm literally just barely touching my lashes. I don't want it to hit my skin. I don't want it to hit anything but the hair. So I'm pulling it, and I'm getting that tint into my eyebrows a little, pulling them up, because with mine, what I'm able to do is, and even without, I can't wax them. I get blisters. Even, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. I've tried it with every single wax they have out there, and for whatever reason, the hair or the skin here and like here on my face, it's not a breakout. I get blisters. So I have to pluck. So usually I just do the center. I actually don't care about the down here, because I kind of want that fullness, and then I just comb it down, as you can see what I just did there. That's why using those stencils, they're way too big for my eyes, as it is, and I would just look absolute clown if I used that stencil and brought my eyebrow down to here. You know what I mean? Like, I have really small eyes, and good and bad of being petite, I guess. But I've just learned I'm different in that way. But a lot of ladies love those stencils. They can use them. They're a great guide. I just follow my eyebrows, and I just kind of go from the top of my eyebrow, and then I just angle the hairs, because now they have that brow gel, that brow tint, and you see, I am gonna take a tweezers, and you're gonna join me in pulling a couple of these real quick. I glue it every couple days, so I'm not bad. I just have a couple, but see, I have like one. There you go. See, that's all I needed, because I don't do the under like at all. So there's my color. Now with that primer, I can go like that, and it's not really gonna smudge, especially now that it's been sitting there for a few minutes. So kind of my biggest challenge, and why I've put it off for so long in this video, is the eyelashes. Okay, my eyelashes are long. You can see that, very long. They're going to like the top of that thing. See, yeah, they go to the top of that thing, and it's not even to my eye. Like, I have no risk of pinching my skin. See, I'm pretty far away from my eye to begin with, so I have very long lashes, but they're fine. And they're medium brown, and they kind of taper off to a honey color. So they really do pop when I add mascara and all that. So as you can see, very fine and tiny, but they angle down. So before I can do my Tori Bell magnetic eyelashes, okay, I have to crimp them, okay? Have to crimp them up because obviously they can't point down and the fake lashes point up. That just looks hilarious, right? And that looks clowny. So, and because they're so long, it takes a little extra love to get them crimped. Maybe it's kind of like my hair on my head. I just have a lot of it. It's super fine, but I have a ton. As you can see, I tried to curl my hair today. Didn't put the hairspray in at the right time, and it fell right out. Boop, done. So that kind of failed. My hair does not like to, it's very stick straight. It does not like to hold curled. I basically have to use like what they call curling starch or mousse on my hair. And it has to like fry the hair and shape it like they used to use when they used to use egg whites on their hair back in the day, you know, and like hot little, why we call it a hot iron, right? Because it was made out of iron. Hey, history lesson for anyone who didn't know that. I'm full of random fun facts because I love history and stuff like that, like I said. So yes, sorry, got a text message kind of distract me there. Okay, so there's my eyelashes crimped. Now, typically I would use Subversion and Perversion by Urban Decay and just get my eyelashes to pop that way. But today, we're using Tori Bell magnetic eyelashes. So, ladies and gentlemen, drum roll please. Okay, this is the magnetic eyeliner. Now, if you look at my eyes, lady, there's a very strong arch, okay? So, some ladies, they have more almond eyes, you know, where they kind of flare out. And the lashes I'm gonna use today are the Selfie Lashes by Tori Bell, okay? These are not like you buy at the pharmacy, okay? Whatever, CVS, Walgreens, Walmart, whatever. These are not like that at all, okay? This brand is special in that their case is magnetic, so you can store them in the case and it clips shut magnetic as well. So that's beautiful. You have some place safe to store them. They're see-through, so when you close it, you can go. Because each one, they don't name the cases, because obviously, you know, that it's cheaper for their production to just have a case and then put the lashes in there. But you can see which ones they are because they have a little see-through part on this lid. So I know these are Selfie, and they're their longest ones. And yes, they look kind of choppy, like they look separated when you look at them like that. But once you put them on, girls, they're amazing, okay? They're gonna take my look that already looks pretty and professional, right? And they're gonna just make it be like, wow. I absolutely love them. Now, you're probably wondering what those little black things are below. Special part about Tori Bell is, and why I love them and why I sell them, is because those are anchors, my friends, okay? Now, each one of these eyelashes, okay, has multiple magnets, typically 6, always one on the corner. Now, the beauty of that is because there's so many magnets, a lot of women rave because they have for ladies with smaller eyes or narrower eyes, then this, because they do a standard size. They do like whatever 6 magnets is, and they're like 3 centimeters apart. So whatever that is, okay? It's probably a little over an inch. But anyone who doesn't need that wide of one, you can trim them. You can, you know, just take it and trim off one little piece of it, one magnet, and make it smaller. I have even for my face, and like you see my brows, I'm petite, but look at how big my eyes are. My eyes take up a good part of my face. So when I put these on, I need the whole size. And even then, I usually kind of have to tweak them a little bit because my eyes are very, like my lash line is wide. Because I have naturally long lashes, so I think that plays a part of just how my eye is made. The anchors are beautiful. I would recommend, what I didn't do yet is ordering the Tory Bell, they're little lash applicator, because it's plastic. I have a metal one, and these are magnets. So as you can imagine, I've lost a few of my anchors because they get stuck to my tweezers when I'm putting them on. And if I don't, because I'll pinch them and then I'll go up them on, but like if I unpinch, they like go, and then if I go, oh shoot, and then they fall when I hit them and knock them off, because I'm like thinking they're on my eye and they're not. So I lost 3 that way. Let's not do that today, okay? So but because, what I was gonna say is, because of the arch in my eye, you know, it's just there's an arch there. So there's some ladies that can just use the anchors, and they have more almond eyes, and you can just, you know, put it on there, and then you put your anchor, and your anchor always goes under your natural eyelash, and the fake lashes go above. So then you're pinching, because that magnet's gonna go on your lashes, right? I can't do that. They fall off. Not like fall off, but like the middle part right there, because I have that arch in my eye, is just, it doesn't like wiggle or come off. I guess I just like it to be firmer against my eye. Without the magnetic liner, it has nowhere to adhere, so it just kind of sits there. I like the feeling of it being pasted to my eye. I like knowing it's not going to move on me. So that's a personal preference. If you really want to go for like a totally natural look, you can do the eyelashes even without the eyeliner, okay? But girls, I'm doing the eyeliner today, okay? Now, the application instructions is to put the magnetic eyeliner on your lash line, of course, right? And we're gonna put 2 coats. Now, because I have these wide, beautiful eyes, I can't just go, ooh, and I have to get really down into my lashes. I don't know, maybe I have thick eyelids, but once in a while, like the first couple of times I did this, it's a learning curve, beautiful ladies. It's a learning curve for everything, right? Especially beauty related. I put the eyeliner more like where I would put my eyeliner, which is kind of there. But you really, if you want the most natural look, make sure you're getting down on that very bottom of your lid. Oh, we don't want any on my eyelashes. I probably should have curled them after, but whatever. Right down on that lash line, you see that? And pull in that. Okay. So there's one application, okay? And you don't need much. But you put 2 layers on to make sure that there's and I always kind of stir it up just a little so that I get a good amount on my brush. It lasts a long time. Even though it's $40 by itself, and it currently comes in bundles. You can get a set of lashes, which are usually $35 for all the lash sets. And then the magnetic liner, if you buy it by yourself or by itself, is $40. But right now we're having an amazing sale on the bundle. So you get $20 off, and it's $55 for both. Shipping is always free, so you'll just pay the price plus tax. Note to self and any followers who are laughing at me right now: do not curl my lashes until after I've done the eyeliner in the future. I think that's how I did it before, but I don't know. You know, first video, bloops, whatever. So I need a tissue because I just got eyeliner all over my, because I had to pull it off my lashes. So if you have longer lashes, ladies, don't do what I do. do as I say. And just, so what I'm trying to do is trying to get behind my lashes and then come down on my lash line so I can apply it. But if you don't want all that headache, don't curl your eyelashes first. And then I bring it out to the corner of my eye. Now when I do the second coat, so they say wait 2 minutes. I just wait until it stops looking wet, and then I'll do the next application. Again, these lashes are amazing. Because my eyes are so big, but like arched, I have a problem with like the eyeliner or mascara if I put it on the bottom, you know, to kind of complete the look. I get like runoff constantly, especially right here on this eye. I don't know if it's watering throughout the day or whatever, or just the way my eyes are. So I personally have stopped doing lower lash mascara. I just do a little eyeliner. But that's personal preference. And I'll show you what I do here in a little bit. Okay. I think it's almost time. I'm gonna open my little mirror and look. Okay, so the left one you can see is still glowy, so it's wet. But I'm gonna go in, my right one is chalky looking, so I know it's dry. And I'm going to apply another generous, I didn't have as much on that time, generous amount of this liner, okay? Kind of pull it up a little bit, make sure I'm getting down to my lash line. Some ladies, I mean, because you would obviously use this as your black eyeliner as well if you wished. You know, you can do other eyeliners and then just put this on top to get the eyelashes to stick. If you want to do like a real like liquid eyeliner and wing it and all that, you can do that with this. But, you know, a lot of ladies, they want to conserve. So they won't do that with the magnetic eyeliner. They'll do it with another one first and then just put this on top. Okay, so me, I take it out to the edge of my eye and then I usually go. Now, the tip for this, ladies, as you can see, it's very light and it's not supposed to be like, for me, it's not bold. I don't want it to be bold. I just want it to be kind of not stay right there, okay? So, but the key is that I've already applied it to the rest of my lid. And then by the time I get to that, there's barely any on the brush, and I just kind of, if you want the more winged look, I can demonstrate that another time. Oops. Hey, it's gonna be a mess up, but guess what? When I put on those falsies, you're not gonna notice. So, again, just put it on. Get it down to your lash line. Be generous. If you don't put enough, it'll start drying as you're going, and then it'll kind of feel almost sticky when it's halfway in between dry and wet, you know, because it's the metals in there sticking to each other. See, ladies, I just pulled it up there, just very lightly. This one looks a little sketch, so let's try that again. I don't know, I angled it funny. Let's make this one a little darker so it matches. And that's the beauty of makeup. You know, you may not intend for it to look that dark, but hey, today it does, okay? So now, I'm gonna let that sit and dry, okay? Blinking shouldn't really affect it unless you really like overhang lids, which case you might wanna hold it up while it dries. I know when I'm older I will, so, you know, just remember, what's our rules? We keep it honest, and we do us, right? All right, So there's that. Now my lower lash line, I use Perversion Waterproof Fine Point Eye Pen, okay? And that is this one. You don't need waterproof. You don't need, I use waterproof because like I said, I have an issue with my eyes watering. Don't tell me, you know, like I have no idea why. But it's a super fine pen. You know, obviously you shake it, kind of feel a rattle, and you know that ink is coming down, okay? And what I do is I just go, I always start corner in and, or outer in, and I'm gonna start kind of where I stopped with that eyeliner because I want my eye to have a completely open look. So I'm gonna start there, bring it up, meet it, okay? And then just a very tiny line and eyelash line. You see, you don't need much, ladies, to look amazing. And see, and it may look a little sketch right now, but once we add those eyelashes, any tiny little imperfections that we're gonna call them, okay, that come from, oh, well, I put it slightly darker on the outside or slightly on the inside. You're your own worst critic, okay? Nobody else notices. Especially in a business environment or working, you know, you're at the, you know, whether you're at the store counter or sitting at your computer desk or, you know, whatever. Even ladies who might be hauling UPS boxes, you know, no one's gonna see your face as close as you or your lover do, okay? So as long as he loves you for who you are and you love yourself for all that you are, then you got it going on. Because really, society teaches us all, especially us women, you know, how to, oh, you're not perfect if you don't do this or look this way or do that. Get away from that. Get away from unloving yourself and move towards loving yourself. This has been like a decade battle for me, okay? And I'm a people person, and I love people, and I love encouraging and building them up, showing them how, you know, like things I've learned or ways or methods that I find, you know, to build myself up, be good to myself. Even my makeup recommendations are all just how to take care of your skin, how to apply your makeup so that you look amazing, so that you feel amazing, because how you feel is what matters, you know, because then you'll give that off and then people around you will feel good because you feel good. So all right, ladies and gentlemen, now time for the lashes. The lashes are put in like this. It doesn't really matter what side they're on. As you can see, I put it back and it's gonna magnet right to that because I can't show you, but there's magnets on the back, okay? That hold them in place, which is what I absolutely love. The other ones, you know, that you get at Walmart, they're like in there with a little glue and that's it. You can lose them. They're all over the place, right? Oh, see, and this is why I recommend getting the tweezers from Tori Bell, because I already have the little 4mm long anchors grabbing my tweezers, which I don't want. So I just removed it and put it back. And that's fine. If you only have metal to start, can't afford it, that's fine. We're gonna make it work today, okay? So as you can see with the selfie lashes, they're soft and feathery. Each one is hand woven in the US. And so you cannot wear them in like a chlorinated pool, you'll ruin them. If you get a little rain on them, no biggie, but you definitely don't want, I believe they're made with like real hair and stuff too, so I'll have to double check that. Don't quote me on that. But whatever they're made with will dissolve in chlorinated water, so. But the beauty of them, you pop them off, pop them back, right back on when you get out of the pool. Or, you know, whatever. So, but the selfies, they have a little bit, so it's shorter in here, so I know that this is gonna be for my right eye, and it's longer here for that feathered look, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and take this selfie lash and put it on. You guys are gonna see how easy it adheres to my eye, okay? It's that easy. I start with the inner corner. Boop, done. Okay? And then I have to get it pulled down right by that lash line, okay? And there you are, girls. It's that easy. I'm gonna adjust them just a little to how I like them. And that's the beauty of them. You know, and I have the eyeliner just wide enough that I can pull them down or push them up a little, depending on the look that I want. I can also see how I had it out. I had it out a little too far. So, okay. Now a lot of girls, they put on black mascara, but because mine are so long, they look chunk, okay? So if I just keep my natural ones curled, they're dark enough right at the root to see, and everyone's gonna be seeing you from 5, 6, especially with social distancing, they're gonna be seeing you from 6, 8, 10 feet away. So from there, they look amazing. You don't have to worry about your natural eyelashes unless they're blonde. I would recommend, you know, whatever. But so they're on for the day. I have nothing to worry about with these. See, I can't even pull them off right now. What I'm gonna do though is put on some anchors, just because I like that extra security because I have such big eyes. Plus I kind of like it's a little bit of fullness that I feel they give on the inner and outer. So now, the very first time I wore them, I put the anchor, so I put it under my natural lash, right up to the corner here, and that magnet just clasps on, you see? And so now it just pinches. Now, I don't know what I did, if I got a piece of skin in, like my eyelid skin or something, but the very first time, and there's a learning curve with everything, right, ladies? You're not gonna be perfect at them the very first time. But one of the things that I did is I put it too close to my skin, and it kind of hurt the first time. So make sure you're just getting your lashes, okay? Oh, you can see. It got stuck to this, so then it wouldn't stick to the magnet. So I gotta make sure that it's pulled away. So I clamp just the tips of these since I have a metal one right now. See, I just clamp the lash to try to keep it away from my, plus then it's easier to kind of get it in there. So there we go. Boop, done. Oh, shoot. It's coming off. See, that's the only bummer about having a metal one. Where'd it go? Oh, it's still on my... Try again. We'll get it. They're usually not this hard. If you have a plastic tweezers, they go on seamlessly. See? You saw how it just grabbed on there if you zoom in a little bit? Okay? And there's my selfie eyelashes. Okay? So, and this is what I'm talking about, guys. What I'm talking about is I didn't spend 10 minutes per eye to do what I just did in like 2 minutes. Okay? Maybe more, because I'm taking my time to show you guys my method and talk you through it and kind of help you understand that, you know, they're easy, especially if you have a plastic one, but just how beautiful they make that look pop, you know, from one eye to the next, and how just simplistic and beautiful you can feel every day. Okay, so something happened. try this again. This is why you definitely want a plastic tweezers, okay, ladies? Because the metal one, it pulls them off. Okay, but it's clamping right back on. And it's there. All right, I'm not gonna mess with the anchors today, just because they're a little trickier. And with the metal tweezers, the magnets are really strong, guys. These are awesome magnets, but I need to get a plastic tweezers to use them. So if you're purchasing from me or the website, they have an anchor kit for $25 that comes with an anchor and a plastic tweezers to use. So I would recommend doing it. I did it because when I was ordering like my first order and stuff, and I just haven't after that, but when I was ordering my first order and everything, I'm like, oh, I have tweezers, I'll be okay, like I don't need a, but now that I have them, I understand why they sold a little application tweezers. Okay, so there's my look. Look how beautiful those are, guys. And see how, especially with the selfie, they're the longest ones we have. So they're so long. See that little blip I had with my eyeliner? No one notices, no one cares. I don't even notice or care. Okay, so don't stress about perfection. Last step for me is always my lips. They've been moisturized. Now, if I was going super cash or I did a darker eye, I just leave my lip balm on. And sometimes I do, but typically, this is what I'll do with my lips. All right. So all that's off. And they're dry, okay? And typically what I wear on my lips is also anti-aging. It's really good for your lips. It's by It Cosmetics, and it's their Je ne sais quoi lip gloss. And it's my absolute favorite. It gives my lips moisture, softness, and it goes with it, like it tints to your body pH. So the color will always complement your skin tone. Now for any of my, any darker skinned viewers, okay, I've never tried it or had a girlfriend who is darker skin like a black girl. I've never seen them try it. So I don't know how it works on the darker lips, because generally like plum colors are real sexy on them, and like dark, like darker lipsticks look better on them usually. And this is like I think it tints to kind of like, you see the lid color? I think that's probably like the darkest it would go. So it might work. I've just never personally had that experience. Okay, so that's what I put on my lips. And sipping water, I always use a straw. If I'm sipping coffee, I'll reapply when I'm done, so I carry it with me. But that's my look for the day. This is what I look like when I go to work, professional and ready to rock it. And normally, if I'm not talking and demoing everything, if you guys saw, like the eyeliner, not even like a minute per eye. 2 minutes on each to rest, so that's 5 minutes, a minute to put on my eyelashes. Normally I don't struggle with the anchors as much, but I needed different tweezers. So, and then I pop on my anchors, boop, my eyebrows took me 20 seconds a piece, maybe 30 seconds. Eyeshadow was a few minutes per eye. Again, I was talking through and demonstrating each shadow and name, and so, but if I just got on here and went, hey, let me do my makeup, I'd be done in probably not even 15 minutes. So, that's my first video. I'm obviously gonna edit it and, or maybe try to, and maybe not post the entire thing, maybe more like the mid sections and cut out some of my babbling, but this is me and this is something I love and I just thought I'd share with you guys. And I hope you all have an amazing day filled with blessings. And if you don't feel you have any blessings, go find one. Because for me, being able to have breakfast is a blessing. Being able to take a hot shower is a blessing. Being able to have a cup to have my coffee and have coffee is a blessing. Like, I've trained myself and my mind, and I've put a lot of effort into counting every little blessing, you know, whether it's I have good shoes to wear, or whatever it is, or, you know, I have beautiful wind chimes. So even when it's storming, I still have the beautiful sound of the chimes. You know, I try to have a thankful heart and look for the good in not just other people, but for life as well. And so I hope that you guys, as my followers, or any potential followers, love this makeup look, learn something maybe from it. If you have any questions, comment below. If you're unkind, I will ignore you, just, you know, because I don't need that in my life. And there's always going to be internet trolls, and I'm not a Kardashian, so I don't give two what anybody else thinks, because this is me and this is my life. But this is kind of my preliminary undertaking with this. I've been wanting to do a vlog for a long time. I'm a people person. I love sharing with people. I love encouraging people. And I just hope you find this video useful. So find your blessing today and have a great day.